back at it again, and I've got one here from Turning Point, Charlie Kirk's organization, and the title of this one is, Do Students Think White Lives Matter? So apparently they're going to be going around in this video and asking college students, do white lives matter? And I have a feeling I know exactly what they're going to say, but we have been surprised in the past. So let's dive right on into this. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and let's dive in.
Good afternoon, and I'm here with
Izzy
and
Ellie.
So Izzy and Ellie, I've got one question for you both. Do white lives matter?
In no way do they matter the same context as Black Lives Matter. White Lives Matter is definitely not a movement
That's not what he asked.
that's anywhere near as important as Black Lives Matter, because that is a prominent thing at the minute that needs light shone to it.
I think White Lives Matter statement really takes away from the Black Lives Matter movement, and I think it just kind of sheds a light on how focused we are on how people have the focus of, if it's as soon as an issue's affecting other people, they have to bring it back to themselves and be like, but us, which has kind of shown in a lot of social issues, and I think it as a movement is just really embarrassing, and I really disagree with it.
Amazing. So you would say that it's wrong for people to say white lives matter?
Yes, it's the same way.
Especially in response to Black Lives Matter. Like saying White Lives Matter after that is like, that's so not a problem right now.
And it's also not the point that people are trying to make when they say Black Lives Matter, and it's really takes away from the point that the actual issue is that black people's lives are at danger, and they're the ones who are in the space of being criminalized for Black Lives Matter, and then white people saying, oh, white lives matter too. It's like, yeah, cool, irrelevant. Of course, it's no one's life matters more than anyone else's.
They've always mattered, like,
exactly.
They've always had a privilege.
White lives matter like, no one's infringing on white lives mattering because they're so placed on this pedestal of racism.
All right, amazing. And I think another question that I'd have for that, so do you think it would be better for people saying white lives matter to instead say Black Lives Matter and support the movement?
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely. 100%.
Yeah.
And that's a social issue that needs the platform and needs spreading awareness, whereas White Lives Matter helps nobody.
Yeah, what does that achieve?
Yeah, definitely.
What does saying BLM achieve? Nothing. Literally nothing.
Amazing. And I think maybe another side of it as well, do you think maybe rather than saying maybe white lives matter or black lives matter, do you think it would be right to say all lives matter, or do you think that's also wrong as well?
No, I think that's wrong as well, because yes, all lives matter, but we're trying to give black people a platform and say
this video is gonna be rough. Whoa, this video is gonna be rough, and we're still on the first people. At least I hope that this video isn't just of them talking the entire time. Let me double check that. Okay, no, I see some other people. All right, I see some other people. All right, we're good. Goodness gracious.
Saying all lives matter just really takes away from it, because that's not the purpose of the thing that we're trying to change.
Like, we all have equal opportunities and everything, and that's so not the case.
That's amazing. I appreciate you guys for your time. So Owen, I've got one simple question for you. Do white lives matter?
Yes, but because of everything that's been going on like recently and in the past, it's not really as, I don't want to say big an issue, because obviously they do matter, but with everything going on, especially in America and in the UK, to be fair, with like black people being oppressed, with white people just haven't been oppressed in the same way, at least in recent history. So it's not really as relevant.
Interesting. So when you hear white lives matter, what's the first thought that comes to your head?
So when I think of that, instantly I think of people that are anti-Black Lives Matter. Like in the US, when people were coming out with Black Lives Matter, everyone was saying all lives matter, and said white lives matter, it sort of seems the same category as that.
All right, that's interesting. That's an interesting point you make. I think as far as the statement, maybe take away the politics side of it, do you believe just kind of as a base statement that white lives do matter?
Yeah, if you take away the politics, yes, because every life does. Like, just be treated equally.
All right, amazing.
Thank you. It's crazy that he even had to put it that. Well, take away the politics of it. That's what he said. Do white lives matter? But of course, since the whole BLM stuff went viral, and now everybody considers it political. My goodness. Sheesh.
Aside from that, kind of, what do you think the implications, I think you said a couple of things, what do you think the implications of saying white lives matter in comparison to saying black lives matter is? Do you think it would be better for people to just say black lives matter rather than white lives matter?
Yeah, definitely, just because of, like I said, white people haven't been feeling the oppression, haven't been, like, we've had it a lot easier, so there's no need for us to say white lives matter when black people have been oppressed and they've been killed and all sorts, and it's just, yeah, obviously it's more important to say black lives matter than white lives matter.
Amazing. I've got one more question. Do you
Black people are killed by more black people than anybody, so what are we talking about here? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody ever wants to talk about that though. That just more black people, most black people that are put in pine boxes are killed by other black people inside the womb and out of it. So what are we talking about here? We ignore the 85% and we only pay attention to the 15%. What sense does that make? We ignore this. We ignore that and pay attention to this. Ignore this, all of this, and pay attention to this. Makes zero sense. No sense whatsoever.
think that maybe terms such as white lives matter and black lives matter, do you think they unite people more or they might divide people more? What do you think?
I think they do unite people more. It's just obviously the small few people that won't be united by it. But terms like Black Lives Matter definitely need to stay around because it's just raising awareness and it's making people have to stop and change.
Amazing. Owen, I appreciate you for your time. Thank you very much. Josh and Danny, I've got one question for you both. Do white lives matter?
Yeah, but like, you shouldn't just say that statement. It's a bit mad. Yeah.
I've got a good answer for you. Right. They do matter. Like you know, any races, like lives do matter, not dependent on the race. But right now, if you're going around saying white lives matter, it's not the time because white lives.
Oh my goodness! All right. He had me for a second. I was like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got one. And then he went off on, you know, the left road. He took the fork in the road and went left and, I don't know, veered off the road or something. I don't know what happened to him because I went right. I went a totally different direction. I wasn't about to crash and burn. So I don't know what happened to him. But it looked like he veered off the road somewhere after he went left. I don't know. I don't know. This video in particular that we just checked out is a longer video. So if you would like me to suffer through the rest of it, all right, which I definitely can, just not today. I've got to mentally prepare myself for this foolishness. I mean, goodness gracious. I went into the video a little bit hopeful, and you know, the last guy got my hopes up like really high, and then just but hey, what the family wants is what the family gets. I'm a family man, so if you guys want me to check out the rest of the video with you all, then let me know in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts and your opinions on this. How crazy this is. Goodness gracious. Like, you can't say all lives matter? Like, that's a crime these days? Why? It's a true statement. If it's not, then you're racist. Literally. It's literally a true statement. Everybody's life does matter. So what is wrong with saying that? Oh, let me guess. We got to focus on the black lives. You know, like the black lives that other black people are taking. Those? I didn't think so. Like, share, comment, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Peace and love. I'm out.